Blimey. Yes, guys, welcome back to the podcast, and today we're going to be looking at the Brentford game, Pep Guardiola, and I've got a little something lined up that we will be covering. So it might be a lengthy one today. We'll see how it goes.
Don't get too bored.
No. Quality content on the channel only. And I do have Tommy with me, as always. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. It's been a while. Good week since we did our last one. Obviously, we went to the Youth Cup final, which was a good little trip. The video is on our channel. If you
it is. Make sure to watch that if you haven't already.
And subscribe.
That's a good game. But yeah. So I think we're going to get us started with the Brentford promotion, because obviously they did recently get promoted about a couple of days ago now. They did go and beat Swansea 2-0 in the playoff final.
Prediction we did?
Yes, yeah. So we nailed our prediction.
Yeah.
Saying Brentford to go up. You did predict Swansea to face them in the final, unlike me, I predicted Barnsley. So fair enough to you for that.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good game.
Yeah. I think it's fully deserved for Brentford to go up. To be fair, they're clearly the better team out of all four of the playoff semi-finalists. And yeah, it'll be exciting to see what they can do in the Prem. They got some good talents like Tony and
Pinnock,
yeah, and that Brian Mbuemo and Emiliano as well. He looks class, to be fair.
He does, yeah. No, because Emiliano is an interesting one, because they were saying, I think at the end of the game, that he could not get a new contract, which is crazy, because you watch him in that game and you think, he's a decent player. They could do with him in the Prem for a bit more depth.
It's mad though, because the last few seasons Brentford have had like a set of players that just get near the playoffs or in the playoffs, then they lose, and then they leave, and then they get another set of decent players, they leave, and then...
Yeah, but again, that's all down to their recruitment.
Yeah, it's good recruitment.
Excellent, isn't it? Because I think, on average, they're making at least 10 mil per player that they're selling. So you've got Konza, Scott Hogan, was very good on sell, obviously didn't do well at Villa at all, but they got the most out of him.
Watkins, Ben Rama.
Yep. Just to name a few, really, to be honest. Yeah, but I mean, fair enough, Brentford. Well done to them and all their fans, and it'll be interesting to see them in the Premier League again.
Yeah.
So we are going to move on to my little idea that I have had. So,
what a trim.
I'm going to get my haircut tomorrow, so excuse the trim. But yeah, so today I've got something new lined up for you guys. Very exciting. So the aim of this is to pick a name out of the hat and explain why that player is better than the best player in the world position, or just retired, for that position, if that makes sense. So for example, if we're doing strikers, we're going to explain why this player is better than Lewandowski, for example, even though he might not, because I have thrown a few stinkers in there. So we're just going to have to be rambling or chatting rubbish, mate.
If you don't understand, we'll do the first one and you'll understand.
Yes, yeah. Right, so for this, I have gone with midfielders. And the player that we have to say that this is better than is Steven Gerrard. We have gone for, obviously, an elite midfielder with Liverpool.
Some say that Lampard's better, some say Scholes is better, but we'll...
We might be about to find out.
We'll discuss. Right, do you want me to go first?
You can go first, pal. Right. I'm going to pick any from there. Take your time.
It's like I'm doing the Champions League final drill.
And by the way, Tommy has not seen the names, so he could be in for a surprise here. Mason Mount. So go on then, tell me why Mason Mount is better than Steven Gerrard. No, go on.
Why he's better, right. I think going forward... it's so hard.
Go on.
I'm going to upset a few Liverpool fans here.
Go on.
Going forward, Mason Mount is a huge threat. This is difficult,
It is difficult, that's the whole point.
I'd say box to box, Gerrard's obviously better.
For sure.
And he's a better leader.
But why is Mason Mount better?
I could say he's better on the ball, quicker feet. He can spot a pass. That's Gerrard, but we won't talk about that. he's more direct. I think he doesn't do any of the sort of long balls. He carries the ball very well, which you could say Gerrard didn't. You could say Gerrard was more of a long ball merchant. So yeah, I think in that area,
So in your
Mason Mount
opinion-
is better at carrying the ball than Gerrard and getting the team forward.
So for you, that is why Mason Mount is better than Steven Gerrard. You've heard it right here first, mate.
Go on, then.
Controversial for some.
I'll
Right.
mix them around a bit.
Just you wait. 5 years' time, Mason Mount, 2 Champions Leagues, a couple of FA Cups, a dozen goals.
Right,
It will be
go on
better.
then. Lucky dip.
What one's looking good?
Can't look at them.
But I mean, they're all close, so makes a lot of difference. Right. Who have we got here then? Oh no,
Who have we
I've
got?
pulled a stinker. So, John Joe Shelvey. Why is John Joe Shelvey better than Steven Gerrard?
Explain yourself, mate. This is quite a.
Right, so I'm about to explain why John Joe Shelvey's better than Steven Gerrard. Some say Shelvey was the heir for Gerrard and failed. In my opinion,
He didn't.
John Joe
fail.
Shelvey lived up to his height. He obviously is now at Newcastle, but yeah, for me, John Joe Shelvey, he's got a lovely strike on him from range.
Yeah. He's got a shiny head.
He's got a shiny head. He just is Lord Voldemort.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, some say I can't claim that. That's too outrageous. No.
So you're saying John Joe Shelvey
This is a difficult one.
is better than Steven Gerrard?
Yeah,
You heard it here
and
first.
this is because his long range passing is superior to Steven Gerrard.
So let me just put this straight. My friend here, Kia, thinks John Joe Shelvey's passing is better than Steven Gerrard, and that he lived up to Steven Gerrard's midfield maestro-ness at Liverpool. So that's what you think, yeah?
Yeah, so John Joe Shelvey has just surpassed a legend, a Premier League Hall of Fame icon.
Yeah.
And that's why, because he has superior long passes. Obviously.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, on to the next.
Right. Let me.
There might be a few more stinkers.
scuffle them around a bit. Let's hope for a good competitor. I mean, John Joe Shelvey is a great competitor. Who have we got here?
Go on, who have you got?
Oh, we have only gone and got the one and only Mr. Chelsea.
Mr. Chelsea. Who are we thinking? Chelsea icon, midfielder.
David Luiz. No,
David.
Frank Lampard.
What a joker. Go on.
Arguably one of the most decorated, not decorated,
Go on then.
decorated with goals and assists as a midfielder in the Premier League.
But tell me why Frank
He's-
Lampard was the better player than Steven Gerrard in footballing ability. Go on.
You know what though? I actually think that he is. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean,
regardless.
that's what you're trying to prove.
I know. I think he had better shooting. He scored more. Correct me if I'm wrong. He scored more goals than Gerrard in the Premier League.
Correct.
I'm sure he scored 170 odd.
That's fact, no cap.
I've got all the facts all up here. So that is obviously superior to Gerrard. He's a goal scoring midfielder. They're both goal scoring midfielders, to be fair. He won more titles with Chelsea. Is that down to him? I don't know, but that still means he's better than Gerrard.
I mean, Gerrard should have won a title.
I mean, he did win the Champions League, but so did Frank Lampard.
Exactly.
Arguably, you could say Lampard had a better team around him. Did he though?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
An overall team, yes.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say that you've
More assists
explained
as
that
well,
well. Yeah.
and that's what you want as a midfielder: goals and assists.
Obviously, a lot of the Liverpool fans will be getting on to us because they'll be saying different things. But for me, I think that's justified, and I'd say I agree, to be honest.
And all Liverpool fans probably plastic anyway.
Oh, riled them right there.
All the ones from round here are anyway.
Right, anyway, on to the next player. No, me, mate.
Oh shit, yeah.
Right. See what we got here. Can't even remember who I wrote because I wrote them all yesterday. Ingenious. Oh, why? I keep getting the terrible, world class players. Granit Xhaka.
Oh, he's an absolute baller.
Right, so I have to explain why Granit Xhaka is better than Steven Gerrard.
That won't be hard though. Won't be hard
at all. It's not like he just gives, Chris
goals.
Wood the ball to score an open goal, anything like that.
No.
So this is why Granit Xhaka is better than Gerrard. He has superior long shots, better free kick taker, plays with more aggression, left-footed.
Yeah.
And that's just to name a few, Granit Xhaka, absolute maestro.
Yeah.
Talented player, isn't he?
Doesn't shy away from a tackle.
Yeah, so there you go. That's why Xhaka is better than Steven Gerrard.
Fair play. Right, I've got the last one.
Yeah, I'm on to the last one.
I have no idea what this could be. If it's a stinker or
Can you remember?
Right, here we go. To end off this game. Ooh. Jude Bellingham.
Ooh, interesting.
I think he's better than Gerrard because he's got in the England team earlier than Gerrard has.
Oh, there you go. In what, 3 seconds? That is why, in your opinion.
That is why he is better than Gerrard.
Not delusional at all, just.
And he could go on to be even greater than Gerrard has. He's already playing Champions League football. He's already playing for Dortmund. He's 17, 18. Well, one of them.
Yeah.
17, 18 years old.
Young.
Playing Champions League football already.
So there you go. Let us know what you think of that one. I'm sure a lot of you would be like, he's delusional. Fair enough.
I mean, you did think Granit Xhaka was better than Gerrard.
I had to explain why.
You made some good points, to be fair. Yeah.
That's the whole point of the game.
We'll be back again next time with one of those, I think.
So obviously that is the new game we thought of. Obviously let us know what you thought of it in the comments. Obviously that was just a bit of fun. Some of them we just had to ramble.
Let us know.
That's inevitable.
If any of us were right about them. I'm sure there are a couple that were right.
Yeah, like the Xhaka one.
John Joe Shelvey.
Yeah.
Arguably better than Gerrard. But,
good stuff, mate.
Anyway,
Right.
moving on.
Yeah, so next topic is going to be Pep Guardiola fraudola.
Ooh. Fraud, did you say?
Fraudola.
Explain why you think he's a fraud then.
Pep the fraudola cannot win a Champions League without Messi. He cannot win the Champions League without £1 billion. The £1 billion didn't even help him. That means he's a fraud. Let us know what you think, but yeah, for me, Pep Guardiola, not even close to the best manager in the world, mate. Explain
this is very
your views on this topic.
Controversial. I will have to agree he is a fraud because he needs money. Well, he doesn't, or clearly doesn't need money to win a Champions League because even money can't win in the Champions League.
Exactly.
He literally doesn't need Messi and Barcelona. That Barcelona team is just incredible. It shows how much that team won the Champions League, not him. He literally would have just said, "Go play," and they just went and won the Champions League.
Give the ball Leo.
Yeah, literally. He's bold. So yeah, I think that's why he isn't winning Champions Leagues. And also, he can't. If he was a good coach, he'd be not just winning the League Cup every season, and he can't even win the FA Cup in England. I know he's winning the Premier League, but you can win that with loads of money. It's proven with City because they weren't winning it, and suddenly these Arabs bought the club, pumped all this money in, and they've just bought the league basically.
And another thing I'd argue is, if he's behind all the recruitment, if Pep Guardiola's behind all the recruitment at Man City, his recruitment isn't good.
No.
I know he's brought in Diaz and other players, don't get me wrong, but you can't bring in Mendy, Zinchenko, for a fair amount of money, especially Mendy, 50 mil plus, and consistently get one position wrong like that. You've got to learn and correct the mistake, because if they had a good left back for that game, they probably win. I know they only had one shot on target, but Zinchenko way out of position, looked knackered to be honest.
Yeah. And that was in the first half as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. And they've been without I know they've had Aguero, but who are they going to replace him with? They should have got someone in last.
I mean, they've got Jesus,
but I don't think he's good. No, he's not.
No.
He always gets brought on as a sub anyway, and they're starting like.
Haaland would be ideal for them.
They need Haaland or Mbappe or someone.
Man City haven't actually bought any, 100 million players. They have bought a lot of fairly expensive 50 mil tier players and then try and build them on and progress them to the next level, which is a good idea. But, Pep, he just can't keep spending this sort of money. For me, Pep has to go to a team like Arsenal, who need rebuilding, rejuvenise, just the complete squad, atmosphere, everything.
If he's not a good coach, he won't get them anyway.
Yes, I know, but that's the point. He has to prove that.
Yeah.
Because if he turns a team like Arsenal around and gets them Champions League spots and competing for titles again, then that will show for me he's a good manager.
Just going to all these franchise clubs with loads of money, spending it all, and that's how he's winning his trophies. And he's just not done that.
Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Man City, 3 massive teams in their country. Bayern Munich always going to win the league. All he had to do was win the Champions League. On top of that, what other managers couldn't. And did he do that? I don't think he won the Champions League, did he?
No, he did. They beat Dortmund in the final. Do you remember?
Oh yeah. Subotic with that clearance off the line.
Yeah.
And then Barcelona. That team's just stacked.
Yeah.
Because this Man City team, in theory, stacked as well, but they were just not good on the night at all.
But obviously credit to Chelsea as well. They handled City very well, considering their poor recent results as well. Fair play to Havertz, living up to that 70
Kai Havertz last night was world class.
That is what they brought him for.
And N'Golo Kante.
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend.
N'Golo.
For me,
baller.
N'Golo Kante to win the Ballon d'Or. What a player. I'm sorry, for me, he is by far the best centre defensive midfielder in the world.
Without a doubt.
And he's not going to score, Lewandowski sort of goals. But he's just so clear of everyone else for his position. He has to be at least top 3 players in the world.
Oh.
At least at a minimum.
If not, then he is the best player in his position.
They need to rename the Makelele role
the Kante
role. He's clear of Makelele.
No,
Kante, clear of Makelele. You heard it here first. Clear. Agree?
I think a lot of people will agree with that though, because football is.
I'm surprised people haven't been saying
football is harder these days as well, and the CDM role gets so overlooked. Like with the strikers, good defenders. Like, what about CDMs? Even the centre mid role, people are like, oh yeah, so and so is the best centre mid. They never look at the CDMs. They do a lot of the box to box stuff. Like that's what Kante does so well. Yeah. Like he may not score goals, but he's just so good at what he does in the centre of the park.
I'd agree. Yeah, I would agree. So I think for me that wraps up this video.
So not something else.
I mean, there could be pal. Sorry about the interference you would have heard there.
Our little script.
Yeah, so we do a plan for these videos. Great stuff.
A big player.
Oh yeah. There's one more thing that I've forgotten about. My apologies, guys.
I'm sorry. You probably wanted us to end, but we're gonna keep rambling on.
Don't be silly. Best podcast on YouTube, mate.
A big player is more likely to go to Leicester City than Arsenal. What are your thoughts?
So for me, this day and age, that simply has to be true. I know Arsenal might have more fans, but that's the only thing Arsenal are superior than in Leicester these days. Let's be honest. It's facts.
It relates back to what I was saying in our previous episode about Leicester overtaking Arsenal, being in the top 6. And now they're obviously the big 6. You got Arsenal in there still because they are a bigger club, and so are Spurs as well. But the sort of a top 6 club is what most players will be looking at these days. I know they do look a lot about the money and stuff, and you probably get more money at Arsenal. But if you want to win trophies and stuff and finish higher in the league, then they would choose Leicester over Arsenal, because Leicester, they've just been class the last few seasons since they won the Premier League.
Haven't they got a new training complex?
Yeah, brand new
Very
this year.
nice.
It looks nice.
Fair play to them. Yeah.
Winning the FA Cup, like that could just be standard for them now.
Yeah.
They could go on.
Yeah.
They could go on win the Europa League, for example, next season, and they can just
Leicester
kick on
could
from
be
that.
the team who permanently break the top 4.
Yeah.
Or top 5.
No, they can fully establish themselves as a top 6 team, ahead of Arsenal and even Spurs as well, especially if they lose Harry Kane as well. But
I still think Spurs can rebuild that team better than Arsenal can.
yeah,
But they've got to start with the defence. It's just something else. Isn't it?
yeah, it's just
Terrible.
it's getting too old now.
Terrible. They've overlooked it for years, and this is what happened inevitably. Yeah.
But and then there was another point in there. So So we'll wrap up that bit.
Yeah.
So we think bigger players will turn down Arsenal
For Leicester.
for Leicester. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we both agree with that. But do you think Van Dijk is better than Ruben Diaz? I know that Van Dijk didn't play this season, and I know this is a completely changed subject.
Normally off the seasons they've had. So obviously Van Dijk last year, comparing it to Diaz this year.
Diaz this year.
For me, Van Dijk's just...
Yes. You've got.
Still so
I think
clear.
you can't really compare them until you've seen them both in the same season.
Yeah, for me, I just think Van Dijk is just clear, because the year he had last year was just far superior to what Diaz had this year. I know Diaz been exceptional, isn't he?
Yeah.
Looking past that, but
Yeah, I agree.
Van Dijk's still just a better overall player.
Yeah.
Offers more.
I
I think it's simple as
but
that.
don't get me wrong, Diaz is class, and he could get up to that level if he's putting
Yeah,
in
no,
those
he's
sort
only
of
23 somehow.
performances. Yeah. But yeah, we've actually agreed a lot of this episode.
Yeah, we've been speaking facts.
I mean, I'll just say I don't agree that John Joe Shelvey is better than Gerrard, but we'll go with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like that was the video or anything. But,
Anyway,
don't give me too much hate.
give him loads of hate. Give him stacks of hate.
I mean, I'm expecting it.
That is worse than Matt Targett being in the England squad, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that was a genuine opinion.
No, I can now say I don't think he should go. And we have seen...
About time.
Should we quickly talk
yeah,
about the provisional squad?
I think we'll save that for another video, to be honest, because we can cover that in proper detail, like we want to. Sorry about that, bud, but...
Just want to give him content.
I know, but we do have a few things planned.
Yeah, we're
might work.
going to go for a pint in a bit.
Yeah, so we are going to head off down the pub.
Bank holiday Monday in the sun.
Oh, exactly, don't beat it. Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and we'll catch you in a bit. Cheers. Leave a like and subscribe.